Hey guys, welcome to a new video. So Apple just released the brand new iPhone SE 2020. It's definitely a great deal, but how much better is it compared to the iPhone 8, which the new SE is based on? Is it worth upgrading to the SE if you already have the 8? And also if you should buy the SE or just better off getting a used 8 on eBay or Facebook Marketplace. I'll put the timestamps here for the sections of the video. Yeah, it's right there. Now let's get the video started. So on the outside there isn't much difference. The front and the sides are pretty much identical, but the back is a little bit different. You can see that the black is a little bit darker than the space gray of the iPhone 8. The white SE is a little bit whiter than the silver iPhone 8, and the white models also comes with a black front, so no iPhones with front white bezels anymore. So yeah, it's a par spin phone. And if you compare the reds are also a little bit different, but the biggest difference is the positioning of the Apple logo. On the iPhone 8, the Apple logo is on the top half with the iPhone text on the bottom. But on the 2020 SE, the Apple logo just centered, just like the iPhone 11s. So that's how you differentiate the 8 and the SE. But most of the differences are on the inside. The SE has Apple's A13 processor, the same ones found in the iPhone 11 and 11 Pros. But the 8 is only equipped with the 2-year-old A11 processor, also the one found on the iPhone 10. So let's run Antutu benchmark, cause I can't afford Geekbench, even though it's only $1. As you can see here, the SE has way better scores. 462,000 points instead of 238,000 points. The A11 still performs great. If you still have an 8 or 10, you're still perfectly fine. But the SE with the A13 chip will most likely get you at least 2 more years of software support. And just something interesting here, the SE does get lower scores than the iPhone 11 and 11 Pros, and that's not because the A13 is underclocked, that's because it just has 3 gigs of RAM instead of 4. But the improvements don't just end here. Because of the A13's new image processing technology, the SE takes better photos and videos than the 8, even with almost the exact same sensor. The SE also gains stereo recording, which enables the phone to record audio with both microphones instead of just one by the camera. It is a feature only previously found in the iPhone X and later. It can film 4K videos at 60 frames per second just like the 8, but it can also record videos in XDR, which is just Apple's fancy term of a more advanced HDR, up to 4K at 30 frames per second. It also has the cinematic image stabilization in videos, which me, an Apple sheep, doesn't even know the meaning of. But I guess it's supposed to make videos more stable. Okay, I'll just shake it a little bit. Which one looks more stable? Leave a comment down below which one looks more stable in this shaky situation. I don't know. As for the front-facing camera, it's also the same one as the 8. It's still 7 megapixels, and the only improvement it got is the front-facing portrait mode, which we'll talk about later. Leave a comment below which phone do you guys think has a better camera mic quality. But personally, I think the SE did a better job because the mic is just louder and the color is just better and the exposure just better. Now let's take some pictures. When this phone was just introduced, people were debating which camera sensor is in the SE. Some people say it's the 11s, some say it's the 10Rs, but according to an iFixit teardown, it's actually using almost the exact same sensor as the 8. In fact, they are even interchangeable. The 10R 11 sensors are physically larger than the 8 and SEs, but the 2020 SE has the same image processing capabilities as the 11s thanks to the A13 chip. So here are some pictures taken from the 8 and the SE. No edits, just point and shoot. Here are some more. See it for yourself. And as you can see, in well-lit conditions, they look almost the same. but the 8 seems to have trouble with the exposure. That's probably because of the second generation Smart HDR, a feature only previously found in the iPhone 11s, while the 8 only has Auto HDR. I don't have a 10R or 11 to compare with them, but many people say the quality of the SE is somewhere between the 10R and the 11. And by the way, the SE also got a new camera interface, the same ones found in the iPhone 11s, which also enables some software features such as quick take video and the ability to change the photo's aspect ratio and video quality and frame rate and all of that stuff right in the camera app without having to dig through the settings. The SE also got portrait mode for the rear and front cameras, which the 8 doesn't even have at all. So because of this, we're just going to use an iPhone 10 for this comparison. The advantage the SE has is that it has more advanced image processing, which means you can adjust the depth of the background and also the bokeh. But the advantage of the 10 is it actually has the physical hardware for portrait mode. It can physically sense depth with its dual rear cameras or the Face ID camera array, unlike the SE, which is just all software based. So that means you can only use the SE's portrait mode on people only, just like the 10R, which also has a single lens camera. But any other iPhone with the physical hardware, like 2 or more cameras on the back or the Face ID camera on the front, can take portrait mode pictures of literally anything. You can just point the camera at basically anything and it will blur the background. Some people were also disappointed that the SE didn't get night mode. The A13 chip is totally capable of night mode, but that's just something Apple left out so they wouldn't hurt the sales of the 11 and 11 Pro. You can download a paid app to get it, but I'm too broke to even afford Geekbench, so of course I won't do it. So low-light photos that coming out of the SE and also the 8 will be abysmal without the flash, just like the 10s and prior iPhone models. But overall, even with almost the same hardware, the SE's camera will be better than the 8 in most situations. Now let's talk about the battery and display. The displays are almost identical. You get the same 1334 by 750 resolution, true tone, P3 white color, and all of that stuff. But the 2020 SE sadly lacks 3D touch. Haptic touch, I mean, it is fine, but it's just not as fast and disables some features like hard pressing on the left side of the screen to switch apps. Apple removes 3D touch on the iPhone 11 and 11 Pros to make room for a bigger battery, which is actually a pretty good move. And also most users never even knew it existed. But it's really disappointing to us users who knew it. The SE's battery capacity is exactly the same as the 8, but it has a different connector, so they are not interchangeable. The more energy efficient A13 chip should make it last a little bit longer than the 8, but it's still terrible and miles behind the iPhone 11s and other Android phones. So far, the bad battery and the small screen are the only complaints I have with this phone. And by the way, the thing that drains the SE's battery the most is gaming. So I downloaded Fortnite and just want to play one match on this phone to see how good the performance is. And it did pretty great. It's pretty much getting 60 frames consistent, sometimes dropping to 50 or 40s. But this one match drained the battery from 68% to 49%. So I tried out a less intensive game. I played Minecraft for about 20-30 minutes and the battery drained like about 12-13%. So yeah, if you want to game on the SE, make sure you have a charger nearby. And the new 2020 SE also got some extra features. The SE has Wi-Fi 6 and gigabit class LTE, so let's just test it out. Okay, so here we go. We'll test it out on the 8 first. Okay, so 89.3 and 11.6, and now let's do it on the iPhone 7. And look, DSC is actually slightly slower than the 8. That's unsurprising because, well, my router doesn't even support Wi-Fi 6. So yeah, this test is pointless, but the next test is not gonna be pointless though. But we can test the gigabit class LTE out. Let me just pull my mom's SIM card out and just put it in my phone and let's just start the test. And you can see here, that's where the SE stands out. On the 8, you only get 34, about 34 down and 4.6 up. But on the SE, you get 74.3 down and 7.8 up. So that's a huge improvement. Like, who needs 5G when you already have this? It also has express cards with power reserve, which means it can still act as a subway card or something like that through the NFC coil, even if the phone is dead. And now let's talk about if it's worth upgrading from the 8. And honestly, I'll say no. The only things you're getting are better performance with longer software support, better camera, better wireless speed, some extra features that you can live just fine without. And that's it. It really isn't worth upgrading from the 8. But if you have anything older than that and has the money, I would say it is worth it. But if you don't have much money, buying a used iPhone 8 on eBay or Facebook Marketplace is also a good choice. Their prices have fallen sharply after Apple stopped selling it, and they are usually at around $200 to $250. So they're a nice deal too. So thank you guys for watching my secondhand SE video. I'm really trying to grow my channel with videos about this phone. I really did give up a lot and put a lot of effort into this video. So I would really appreciate it if you give this video a like and subscribe for more iPhone SE related videos in the near future. And the full review will hopefully come before WWDC. So thank you guys for watching. Black Lives Matter. And I'll see you guys later with a full review and more awesome and interesting videos. Bye.